But they are proper crispy. They taste lovely. And they're a really good alternative to crisps. Hello my lovelies! It's absolutely pouring down outside. We want something warm and comforting. We're big trying to low carb, which is really hard work. Especially considering we both love bread and we both love potatoes. So the nearest alternative is parsnips. So today, because I'm going to make a chili con carne for tea, and we can't have rice, we obviously can't put chips, and we can't have tortillas, which are your other alternative, I'm going to try and make some parsnip crisps that we can kind of dip or just eat with the chili to give us a bit of crunchy texture. So I've got 2 parsnips, which I've already peeled, just to save a bit of time, and I'm just going to use a normal peeler, and I'm going to take really thin strips off this. You could use a mandolin if you've got one, but just watch your fingers, because they're not the nicest things in the world if you do catch your hand in them. So I'm just going to take really long strips like this of my parsnips, which I'm going to put in that tub. So we've eaten a lot of parsnips lately. One, because we're in New Zealand at the moment and they're fairly cheap, which is unlike any other fresh vegetables, and also because they're a good potato alternative if you can't have them. They are still pretty starchy, and I know they're not entirely low carb, but they are better than eating potatoes. So you can get some fairly decent strips off your parsnips with a peeler, so we're going to have some fairly good sized crisps. So literally all I'm going to do with these is douse them in a bit of oil and salt and pepper, and I'm going to put them on baking sheets, and I'm going to throw them in the oven and dry them out that way. We've bought parsnip crisps quite a few times from the shop. They are quite expensive, so this is actually a way cheaper way, and probably much healthier way of making your own. So that's all our lovely pieces of finely cut parsnip, which I'm now going to douse in just a little bit of oil. So I'm using canola oil just because it's easily available. Use sunflower oil, olive oil, possibly even coconut oil, whatever you fancy. It's basically just to help them crisp off a bit and to help the salt and pepper stick. So then I'm going to grind some rock salt and some black pepper on mine. Put whatever you want on seasoning wise, maybe a bit of onion powder or some mixed herbs, whatever you fancy. A bit of rosemary would probably be nice. Just going to toss them all up. And then it's just a case of having a bit of patience and one thin layer, don't overlap any bits because they'll obviously not crisp, on a baking tray. And then we're going to slam them in the oven and we're going to dry them out. So I'm going to play Tetris with the parsnips. Some of them are bigger than others. We'll see what we can fit on this tray. So parsnips are really versatile. We've had them made into veggetti, we've been mashing them, so they're a bit of a mashed potato alternative. We've had them roasted with honey, you can do all sorts with them. And they're just a good potato alternative if you can't have tatties. Especially as a Brit, we like our potatoes, so it's always nice to have some kind of alternative. Here. Suppose if you had a dehydrator, you could dehydrate these as well. Right, so they're all lovely and laid out on my tray. I'm going to throw them in my oven now at 160 degrees, that's a normal oven, or 140 if it's a fan oven, for 25 to 35 minutes, and they should come out nice and crispy and lovely. See you soon. Okay, so these colour really quickly, so I would recommend that you actually reduce the cooking time. I cooked one batch and burnt them, and then I reduced the cooking time and they're still a bit darker than I would like, but they're still tasty. So I would maybe go from it like 7 minutes and then flip them and then cook them for another 5 minutes and then take them out of the oven, but keep an eye on them. But it's probably because I cut them really thin, but they are proper crispy. They taste lovely and they're a really good alternative to crisps. So I hope you enjoyed the recipe, which I will put down below. It was super duper easy. And they're really tasty and they're a bit good for you, so it's all good. Job done.